Yo, what's up, Goon Squad? In this video, I'll be going over my poison Javazon DCLONE killer, giving tips throughout the fight and a full gear overview at the end of this video. So sit back, enjoy, and grab your cojones, because we're going in! When you get inside, make sure to pre-buff right away. You have a few seconds here before Big D starts to terrorize you. Make sure you're well prepared. I forgot to put full juves into my belt. Hopefully I can now be promoted in Sky's Scuff Squad. I needed the practice anyway. Running while shift-clicking juves, paying attention to your HP bar, and being aware of your surroundings is harder than it looks. As a poison Javazon, I'd recommend just using Plague Javelin on cooldown. I had a few failed attempts prior to this video testing out throwing poison Javs in between Plague, and I wouldn't suggest doing it. Biggie D will raise melee Scaly minions a little before his first Bale Nova. Just continue throwing Plague Javelin at DCLONE while you play a good old game of Scaly Roundup. When Diablo's health pool gets to 3/4, the first Bale Nova will be released. I'd suggest hanging out near the South Pole while it's getting close. If you end up getting stuck behind the North or West Pole, well, I feel for you. Try your best to get through it, but I wasn't so lucky on my prior attempts. The Bale Nova transition waves was what I struggled with the most. Just don't panic, dodge the Nova, don't stand in fire, and refill your belt with juice. Make sure to recast bow after it falls off, but only when you feel like it's safe to do so. Remember that your cast rate frames are horrible with an Amazon, so please be careful. On stage 2, Diablo will raise more minions, but this time Scaly archers will be in the mix. I urge you to only focus on killing the archers at this point. The Bone Warriors will end up dying over time by your plague clouds. Try and continue to avoid meteors, mainly because our PDR is only at 2%. I honestly wasn't sure how well it was going to work trying the fight with low PDR, but I didn't seem to struggle at all. I know this isn't the fastest DCLONE killer, but to me it feels like one of the safest. Dumping points into dodge and evade helps us so much with our survivability. I'll be sure to go over my stats, skills, and items near the end of this video. I might have played a little passive in this fight and probably should have focused on throwing plague jabs at Diablo more often, but my heart was racing. I had a few friends counting on me, mainly Vlad because he supplied me with the PDEs. Don't forget to hang around the South Pole when Diablo's HP drops to around 50 to 55%. It's not too fun getting stuck with your pants down. The second Bale Nova went a lot smoother than the first one did for me. I felt more confident in myself and started to come to the realization that there might just be a new sheriff in town. Now that stage 2 is complete, the hardest minion stage is upon us. Bone Warriors, Archers, and Casters are about to be summoned. And these effing skellies better be prepared to get laced because they're gonna taste my venom. I got that adrenaline, momentum, venom, not knowing when I'm ever gonna slow up, and I'm ready to snap in momentum, thinking it's time to go get them. They ain't gonna know what hit them. We're almost at the finish line, my dudes. One more Bale Nova to get through and a little more playing dodgeball. I'll let the rest of this fight play out without edits. You're not going to believe the rolls on my first Annie. When you kill DCLONE and you get a 52 2010 after work, dude! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah! 52 2010 after hell effing work, dude! Hell yeah! Yeah! The gear I'm using is a perfect Gargoyle's Bite slammed with negative requirements, a +2 Steel Shade with P Rubies for more life. I highly recommend getting over 2k HP unbuffed. A No Kozan with a high fire res roll slammed with more light res. Black Oak Shield slammed with max cold and cold res puzzled with 2x Thanks, JJ. Hotspur Boots with light res slammed. A 10% Raven Frost. I'd suggest getting another res slam on this ring. A mid-roll 40% Bramble, so there's some room for improvement here. Nice T-Gods with 2% PDR. 8% Raven Dwarf. If you're lacking res, go for a res slam. 220 gloves with some cold res. The IS isn't necessary, but this is the best that I have. A 4-bow CTA with a +2 lidless. For charm slots, I pretty much just picked up whatever I was lacking. I tried to get over 2k HP by getting some small charms with 20 life, some all-res life large charms, a torch, Java skillers with life, and most of these Java skillers are all plain. I did use a 32-20-10 Annie for this fight. Thank you, Lucky. For statistics, I made sure I had enough dex to get that 45% block chance with my Black Oak Shield. Enough strength to use all of my gear and dump the rest into Vitality. Ignore the resistances that it's showing. I took off that 20 res Annie that I was using for the fight. My res was overcapped, 144 fire res, 83 cold res, 80 light, and my Plague Javelins are doing around 27k. The skills are simple, max Plague and all synergies, and dump the rest into dodge and evade. I made a declone Sork Season 2 that failed miserably. It was so scuffed that I dropped a 20 life 11 res small charm while I was trying to shift click full juves into my belt. I ended up dying in the process trying to grab the charm in the middle of the ground. I never thought I'd be back here, but here I am. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.